Now check this. Drawbacks with the current databases. Drawbacks with the current databases. Yeah. Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Oh, your screen is visible for me.
Yeah, fine, thank you. So what is big data? Limited
Why
storage.
Hadoop and Spark?
Drawbacks with the current databases. Limited storage. No parallel processing.
Drawbacks with the current
parallel processing.
databases.
As volume increasing, speed decreases. You see these queries, right? First query, second and third. First query executes faster as compared with the remaining queries.
Drawback with the current
Query to query
databases.
as volume increasing, speed decreasing, right? The first query executes faster because of 10 records, total amount of 10 records as compared with total amount of 10 lakh records, total amount of 10 crore records.
Advantages. Hadoop and Spark. Scope and job market. Hadoop and PySpark. Yes. So what is big data? Why is Hadoop? Why Hadoop and PySpark? Drawbacks with the current databases. Advantages of Hadoop and PySpark. Yes. Scope and job market of Hadoop and PySpark. Yes. So myself, I am Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes in different technologies.
Complexity
Right?
increases.
Yes. So this is what I'll be discussing. Right. So here in this course, you'll be learning about 4 things here: big data, that is Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, Python. Yeah.
If complexity increases, speed decreases, right? If
Starting with the big
complexity
data.
increases,
Starting with big data.
speed
One second.
decreases. Total amount from
Big
sales
data, the name itself saying
10
like
lakh
huge volumes
records.
of data. Currently, how the data is getting stored. The data storage units, right? You should have seen KBs of data, you should have seen MBs of data, or GBs, or terabytes of data. But today, data is getting generated in petabytes. Data is generated in petabytes, right? 1 petabyte equal to 1024. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TBS. Means, yeah. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TBs. Already 1 TB is a large storage unit, but petabyte equal to
Total amount
1024
from sales
TBs.
of 10
So
lakh records.
examples
If
of
it's absent
petabytes
here,
of data generation.
total amount, average amount, standard deviation of
Examples of petabytes
here,
of data generations, right?
this first query
We
executes
take
faster
example
because average
of any
amount is a
banking
two-step
sector like
process.
SBI.
Next,
Any
standard
banking
deviation
sector
takes a lot
like
of internal
SBI
processing. And major drawback with the
or
database is
HDFC.
it can handle only structured data. It cannot handle
Within the
unstructured
city,
or
you see hundreds of
semi-structured data.
branches of SBI. Within the entire state, you see thousands of branches. Within the entire country, lakhs of branches for SBI. Again, within each branch, millions and trillions of customers, right? Again, they are making
Before I
multiple
go with
transactions
advantages of
per
Hadoop,
hour,
you need to know something
per day,
about the
per
Hadoop
week, per
architecture.
month, year, right? So huge data is getting generated. Forget about this banking
Hadoop
sector,
architecture.
but you are aware about social media like Facebook. Facebook has got users not only within the country, entire world. It has got millions and trillions of users throughout the world. What is the data generated by Facebook in a minute? how many posts and
As
videos
of
are
now, I'll
getting
just give
circulated
overview about it, but
in
let
a
me
minute.
discuss in brief about the
Huge data, right?
storage architecture and processing architecture
So
separately.
Facebook generating data in
Hadoop
petabytes.
doesn't
Not
follow.
only Facebook, today
Hadoop
if we
doesn't
talk
follow
about the
client
different
server architecture.
applications, then
It
generating
doesn't
data
follow.
in petabytes. Facebook, if I take 1 minute transaction, 1 minute transaction, if I take 1 minute transaction, what is the
It
data
doesn't
generated by
follow
Facebook?
client server architecture.
What is the data generated by Twitter tweets? What is the data generated by Google queries? Today, everyone are querying in the Google, right? What is the data generated? Data generated by Google. And YouTube videos upload. What should
Hadoop
be the
doesn't
storage
follow client
capacity
server
to store
architecture.
all
Hadoop
the
follows
videos, right? Email or Gmail messages. Storing millions and trillions of users. There's now has talking about bank transactions, telecom transactions, bank transactions, telecom transactions. We talk about the Flipkart and Amazon transactions, e-commerce transactions. Everywhere we see like huge data is getting generated in petabytes. Currently, we have got databases. Right? Databases like Oracle,
Hadoop follows
MySQL,
master slave architecture.
DB2, SQL Server. Currently, we have got databases like Oracle, MySQL, DB2, SQL Server, right? Yes. For
Hadoop follows
OLTP
master slave. Hadoop
operations.
doesn't follow client server architecture. Hadoop does follows master slave architecture.
Yes. Currently, we have got databases. Currently, we have got, okay, for OLTP operate. And we have got some specialized databases. We have got some specialized databases. We have got some specialized databases which are used for data warehouse operations, right? Like Teradata, Netija, Vertica. Yes. Specialized databases like Teradata, Netija, Vertica. All these they are used for OLAP operations. They are used for
It follows
online
master slave
analytical
architecture.
processing.
Single master and multiple slaves.
Either
In
these
this manner.
databases or specialized databases, they can handle data up to some extent, but beyond that, it cannot handle, right? Means if it is data in petabytes. So, so as a solution to this storage level problems and processing level problems, right? We have got a
Hadoop cluster
framework. We
basic.
have got a framework like Hadoop for unlimited data storage and processing. I'll come back to this, right? I'll come back to this, but I'll see. Today, if you see, this is your data. This is your data available in the current real world. This is the data. This is available in the current real world.
Nodes. Group of nodes.
It is from the year 1975 to 2025. If you take the last 10 years, 2015 to 2025,
Group of nodes
and the
means
previous
systems.
40 years, the previous 40 years,
That
the last 10 years, 2015 to 2025, the last 10 years, the previous 40 years, if you compare the
Minute.
data, right, the data generation, nearly 80% of the
Connect.
data what we are seeing in the current real world has been generated from the last 10 to 15 years. The previous 40 years, only 20% of the data has been generated. And that too, if you see, like GBs, TBs, or petabytes of data has been generated from the last 10 to 15 years. Previously, if you see, if you go back like 1990s or the
Network.
earlier 2000s,
Group of
you
nodes
got
systems connected in
how
a network.
you used to carry the data. You got floppy disks,
There are two
like
types of nodes.
1.44 MB. Later, you got compact disks in GB in MBs. Later, like DVDs. Later, you got USBs. Right. So day by day, the storage systems were increasing enormously. Our data has not reached terabytes, petabytes. It has reached. Petabytes of data is getting generated. So for a huge data storage and processing, we need to have some proper storage systems. Reasons for this huge data generation, especially from the last 10 to 15 years, because of usage of technology, right? Because of usage of smartphones,
There are two
because
types
of
of
usage
nodes.
of internet. Today,
Master node,
go back in 1990s, nobody knows about that
slave
internet.
node. Master node and slave
Now,
node.
everyone carrying internet, right?
So there are two types of
Smartphones,
nodes.
because of
Master
usage of
node,
technology,
slave node.
data has increased a
Master
lot.
nodes within this
Previously,
in
if you
Hadoop
talk in
terminology,
the
we say it
earlier
as name
stages,
node.
when the
Slave node
mobile
we call
phones
it
were
as
introduced in
data
the
node.
early 2000s, you go back like 2001 or 2, see the internal storage was 128 MB or 256 MB. Now even 128 GB is a very small storage. In the coming years, it is going to reach
Observe. Single
terabytes and
master and multiple
petabytes.
slaves. It follows master slave
So,
architecture,
what are the
right?
main sources from where this data is getting generated?
Single
Mainly three
master,
sources of data.
multiple slaves.
Mainly three sources of data. We say like social data. We say like social data, machine data, and transactional data. Social data, machine data, and transactional data. See, social data which has been generated from social websites, from Twitter, Facebook, all these things, right? Machine data means data which has been generated by reading, by scanning the RFID chips, barcodes, right? Go to a shopping mall for the items you purchase, a huge data is getting generated. Transactional data, day-to-day transactions. And if you talk about this, mainly three categories, three types of data. Three types of data. It's categorized into three types. Structured data. Structured data. Data which is organized in the form of rows and columns, like database tables, Excel files. Now, semi-structured data. Semi-structured data which is not fully structured, which is not fully unstructured, like XML files, JSON files, and unstructured data.
This is master,
Unstructured
this is
data, right?
slave.
Like chart
S1,
messages,
S2, and S3.
articles,
S2 and S3. Three steps.
images, videos, all this comes as unstructured. But today the biggest challenge is how to handle this, how to handle and process, how to handle this unstructured data. Talk about the databases. Databases can handle what the databases can. Databases
Slave
can
nodes.
handle only structured
We call
data.
it as data
They cannot
nodes.
handle unstructured or
Data nodes.
semi-structured data.
So in this way, multiple
But
nodes,
Hadoop
multiple
can handle
slave
all
nodes up to
varieties
S
of
and n number of slaves.
data, structured,
So if you got a file
unstructured, and
f1.txt,
semi-structured.
The file size is 2 TB. The file
So
size is
as
2
day by
TB.
day as data is
Here each
increasing
system capacity
enormously,
1
we
TB,
need to have
1
proper
TB,
storage
1
systems
TB.
for
Each
storing
system
and
capacity
processing the
1
data.
TB,
We
1
have got
TB,
a
right?
framework like
This 2
Hadoop for it.
TB file cannot
Hadoop
fit into any
performs
of this slave,
both
right?
storage and
It cannot fit into any of this
processing.
slave.
Hadoop is able to
It has to
perform
be
both
splitted into smaller parts.
storage
It has
and
to split into
processing.
smaller parts.
For storage, okay. So if we
Each
talk
one
about
has to
any
be stored
technology,
across
right,
multiple
it is
systems.
either meant for storing or processing. If we talk about C, C++, Java, .NET, all this they are meant for processing. Talk about Oracle, MySQL, DB2, SQL Server, all this they are meant for storage. All this they are meant for storage. Either they are meant for storing or meant for processing. So, but Hadoop performs both storage and processing. Does Hadoop use any databases for storing its data? Means no. I said there are some drawbacks with the databases. Despite of the drawbacks, Hadoop doesn't go with any database for storing its data. Rather, it's going with a kind of file system called Hadoop distributed file system. There is a file system called Hadoop distributed
Each one has to be stored
file
across
system. It
multiple
doesn't use
systems.
any database. And for processing, does Hadoop use any technology like Java or any other, right? No. It's going with an execution model like MapReduce, but currently it is going with Spark. So Hadoop is meant for storing and for processing. So if you take big data, huge data generation, if you take big data as a problem, you can say Hadoop is the solution. If you take big data as a concept, they can say Hadoop as the implementation. Yes. You may ask what are the drawbacks with the databases? Databases are widely used and drawbacks with the databases as compared with Hadoop. Why databases can't be used for storing Hadoop's data?
Because Hadoop stores huge data.
Yes, unlimited data storage. So drawbacks with the yes, one by one drawbacks with the current databases. Current databases, right? Drawbacks with the current databases. First thing is limited storage. Limited storage, not unlimited storage, limited storage. Second is most of the databases, no parallel processing. No parallel processing is the most of the databases. And yes, any other drawbacks with the current databases means yes, if volume of the data is increasing, if volume increases, or if the data increases, speed decreases, I'm saying. In databases, if the volume of the data is increasing, speed decreasing. For example, try to check with this query, right? Select, I want total amount generated. So total amount from sales
Okay.
one.
Single master and
That's
multiple
got
slaves. TBs.
10 records.
So the data is split into smaller parts.
Total
Each one
amount.
is distributed across multiple systems. Here, two advantages we see: distributed
Total amount
storage and parallel processing.
from
Distributed storage and parallel processing.
sales one, which has got 10 records. Sales two, which has got 10 lakh records. Total amount. Select the total amount. Total amount from sales three, which has got a 10 crore records. 10 crore records. So here, if you observe, try to answer which query executes faster among these three. Which query executes
First one.
the first one, right? Because total amount of 10 records, total amount from 10 records as compared with 10 lakh or 10 crore records. The first query executes faster because of its less data, right? So query to query of data is increasing, speed is decreasing, right? Yes. And one more, if volume is increasing, if you take a labor example, a person or a boy, if it is carrying just 1 kg, he can run with that, right? He can run with that with the high speed. If that volume increased to 10 kgs, he cannot run, but he can walk with that. But if it is increased to 70 kgs, he cannot even walk. Means what is that? If that volume is increasing there, the speed is decreasing there for the person, right? In the same way here, if volume increasing, and if we take even if complexity increases, right?
Distributed storage and parallel processing.
Speed decreases. So here, this is the master node, right?
Assigns a T1 task to
Yes,
S1,
for
slave
example,
1, T2 task to
even
S2,
if we take a labor
T3 task
example,
to
try to
S3.
answer for this.
3 tasks assigned to the 3 systems.
What is 3 into 4?
Means the 3 tasks are executed parallelly by 3 systems.
12.
S1, S2,
12, that's fine.
S3. Master node
12 into 6.
responsibilities.
72.
That's fine. 23 into 32, try to say.
It will take time.
524 into 732. 1083 into 9376. So here, complexity increasing, your speed is decreasing, right?
Master node
If complexity
responsibilities.
increased, speed is in the same way.
Master
Here
node
also, if I talk,
responsibilities.
if I take labor
First
example,
one.
if I take an
Task
example that
assignment,
is
assigning task to the slaves.
database point of view, if I take an example,
Load balancing.
I'll take the same query.
Means
Total amount from
the
sales.
task should be equally assigned to the slaves.
Total amount from
The
sales.
load
one,
has
right?
to be balanced. Load
Yes.
balancing.
Assume it has got
Task
10 lakh
assignment,
records.
load balancing.
It has got 10 lakh records. Same table, but I'll go with different operation. Average amount from sales 1. Again, same 10 lakh records. One more. Selector. This time, standard deviation of amount. Yes, from sales 1. Which query executes faster here? Which query? Sum of amount or average amount or standard deviation? Among these 3 queries, which query executes faster? First query, right? Obviously, the first query, because the average amount a 2-step process. First sum has to be calculated, next average to be calculated.
Task
As
assignment.
compared with that first query, second query
load
taking more time or not?
Fault tolerance.
This third query, standard
Fault
deviation of
tolerance
amount, lot of internal processing is required, right?
If multiple
And if the major drawback
here,
with the
if
database
multiple
is the fifth one, right?
tasks are assigned to multiple
Databases
slaves,
can handle or
then these
RDBMS
multiple tasks are executed
can
parallelly by
handle
multiple slave systems.
only
Only
structured
if any
data.
system
They
goes
can
down,
handle only
then the
structured
task
data.
topic will be assigned to the other slaves. This process is called as fault tolerance
They
mechanism.
cannot handle unstructured or
And also the
semi-structured
health
data.
monitoring of each and every slave
See
node.
an example for this. You want to take reviews for a particular movie. If data is in a structured format in the form of rows and columns, for example, user is one column, review is one other column, right? User and the review, just observe. So in this way, user 1, user 2, user 3, in this way 100 users. They are giving the review in the form of
Master node
zeros and ones. If the
responsibilities,
movie is
task
bad,
assignment,
saying 0.
load
The movie is
balancing,
good, saying
fault
1. If the
tolerance,
movie
and
is
health
good,
monitoring.
saying 1. If the
Slave
movie is
node
bad, saying zeros and
responsibilities.
ones. Right? Therefore, they're saying in the form of zeros and ones. Can you write an SQL query to count the number of zeros and ones? To count the how many goods and how many not goods. Can you write an SQL query to count the number of ones and zeros? aggregations, grouping and aggregations, right? Single grouping and single aggregation. Try to say, select review wise, count I want. From which table? Reviews, group by review. Select review wise count from reviews, group by review. Slave node responsibilities. Review wise count from reviews, group by review. Output 1 and 0. Reviews means 1 and 0. How many in ones? Say that 90 you got. This 10 you got. 90 people saying the movie good, 10 people saying the movie is bad. So you can write this, you can handle this kind of data.
Slave
But
node
generally reviews won't be
responsibilities.
given in the form of zeros and ones, right? Reviews won't be given in the forms of, yes. They give in their own text format. Movie is, for example, first person saying movie is good. Second person saying, okay, movie is not good. In the same way, in this, they're giving in their own text format. Can you write an SQL query now to count the number of goods and not goods? Can you write a, this kind of data you cannot handle, right? But still, if you're using this keyword count, okay, good you can count, right? But still it gives wrong computation because not good has got good in it. So it gives wrong computation, right? Yes. Storing the data and processing the data. First one is storing the data. Second is like processing the data. Review as count from reviews,
Yes.
group by review.
Yes.
So these are the
So
major
this is what
drawbacks with
follows
this
the master
databases.
slave architecture.
No
The
parallel
storage of
processing,
data,
limited storage,
we are not
volume
going to do
increases,
anything, right?
speed decreases,
Automatically,
complexity
okay,
increases, speed decreases, and databases can
the
handle
file gets
only
loaded across multiple
structured data.
systems,
They cannot handle
stores
unstructured
across
or
multiple systems and processed by
semi-structured,
multiple
right? Yes.
systems parallelly. So we need to give some logic, business logic.
Now,
that logic will be applied on each and every partition data. Okay, later I discuss in brief about this architectural part, the storage and processing architecture. Advantages of Hadoop. Unlimited
Advantages
data
of
storage. Unlimited data
Hadoop.
storage, right?
I'll come back to Spark later. 1 second. I'll have separate advantages of Hadoop.
Observe, unlimited data storage because of horizontally unlimited scalability.
Unlimited data storage.
Because of
Unlimited data
horizontally
storage is possible.
unlimited scalability.
Unlimited data storage.
Unlimited
Secondly, very
scalability,
high speed
right?
processing. Very
Horizontal
high
unlimited
speed processing.
scalability. Horizontally unlimited number of slaves can be added. Means just check this. What do you mean by horizontally unlimited
Unlimited
scalability?
data storage. Very
If you are
high
running a
speed
business
processing.
with very less number of systems, now you have got only 10
Because of
systems.
this
Assume you have
parallel
got 10
processing,
systems.
can handle all varieties
Your
of
business
data.
has increased.
Can handle all
Customers
varieties
have
of
increased.
data.
Your branches have increased. Means customers increased by 100 times, data increased by 1,000 times. You cannot go with the same number of
open
systems.
source, no licensing,
Horizontally,
right?
you keep on increasing.
No licensing for this
Horizontally,
cost cutting.
unlimited number of slaves can be added, right? Yes. That is what horizontally unlimited scalability. You can keep on adding the slave systems. We say it as commissioning.
And commodity hardware.
Commissioning and decommissioning, adding and removing.
Commodity hardware means it doesn't mean that you need
Very
to
high
have very
speed processing
highly
because of
configured
parallel processing.
systems, but it
Very
can
high
have
speed
in
processing because
Hadoop
of
can be
parallel
installed in
processing.
any hardware. It can run on any hardware, right?
I'll
So
give a
mainly
label
unlimited
example,
data
right?
storage is possible.
For
Very high speed processing
because of this
can
parallel
handle all
processing, right?
varieties of
Yes.
data. Open source, no licensing, right? Yes. These are the advantages, right? Unlimited data storage is possible. Very, very high speed processing because of parallel processing can handle all varieties, structured, unstructured, semi-structured, open source, no licensing. Most of the products of this Hadoop are from Apache. You can take it from Apache Mirror's website, commodity hardware, right? So very high speed processing. One example, right? So Yahoo has conducted a test right, to check the speed of different databases. Has taken a table of 100 TB. Has taken a table of 100 TB consisting of 1024 columns. So the task is sorting based on not a single column, sorting based on 16 columns. Sorting based on 16 columns. Sorting based on 16 columns. Yes. So now what is the time taken? Time taken for different databases. Time taken read by different databases. First, Oracle. Oracle has taken nearly 3.5 days to process this. MySQL. MySQL has taken nearly 6 days. Teradata, a specialized database used for data warehouse, has taken 4.5 hours. Right. Netija, another specialized database used for data warehouse, has just taken 3 hours, right? Finally, very high speed
Hadoop.
processing because of parallel processing. See, if we
That's
talk
just
about
taken
non-parallel and parallel,
3.4 minutes.
non-parallel
That's
and
just
parallel,
taken 3.4
minutes of time, right? The latest version of Hadoop has just taken 1.2 minutes. So this is what the speed of Hadoop as compared with other
1%
things. So
preparing
very
one
high
item.
speed processing. These have taken
1%
minutes of time,
preparing one item,
but those have
taking 1
taken
minute.
days and hours of time,
The
right?
same 1%
So Hadoop is
preparing 10
proven in the
items.
markets processing point of view,
How
even
many
storage
minutes?
point of view, right?
10 minutes.
Storage point of view also I'll
The
provide
same
some
1%
examples, right, in the
preparing
tomorrow
100
session.
items,
How Hadoop is
taking
proved in the
100
market.
minutes.
Storage
The
point
same
of
thing
view,
if you apply
processing
with the
point of
parallel,
view with a
right?
very high
The
rate
same
of speed.
one item 1 minute
Yes.
only, 10 items 1 minute only, 100
Now,
items
if I talk
1 minute
about this
only.
Spark,
So anything 1 minute only, because there are 10 persons preparing 10 items taking 1 minute, 100 persons preparing 100 items
what is
taking
Apache Spark?
1 minute. That is what parallel processing. There we say persons, in our case we say it as system slaves, right? That is because of this parallel processing, very high speed you are going.
Why PySpark? Why PySpark? Need for PySpark. PySpark features. Real life usage of PySpark. PySpark job market. PySpark job market. Yes, what is Apache Spark? What is the need for PySpark?
Can handle
Alright.
all varieties of
PySpark
data,
features,
structured,
real life usage of
semi-structured,
PySpark,
and
and its
unstructured. Can
job
handle
market, right? Yes.
all varieties of data, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured.
Okay. What is Apache Spark? What is Apache Spark, right? It is an open source
No
distributed
licensing required.
cluster computing framework, right?
Commodity hardware, right?
Introduced by
Can run on
Apache
any hardware configuration.
Software
Doesn't mean that
Foundation.
you need to have highly
It is a general
configured
engine, I can
systems.
say. It is a
And
general
here I
engine
got a
for
query.
data
While
analysis, big data
databases like
analysis,
Oracle
for
cannot
processing
support
and for
unlimited
computation, right?
storage,
Yes.
storage point of view and also processing point of view.
Online
Yesterday I was
applications.
discussing
Second
about
is what?
this
Batch
processing
applications.
point of view, right? Yes. Check this. This
Online
processing point of view.
applications and batch applications.
Yahoo conducted a test by taking a table of 100
Online
TB
applications
consisting of
with online
1024
applications.
columns.
User
Sorting based on
interactive
16
applications.
columns.
User
So
interactive
time taken, right? Oracle has taken
applications.
nearly 3.5 days to process this. Oracle MySQL has taken 6 days. Teradata has taken
Here user gives
4.5
the input.
hours.
Here
Netija has taken 3 hours.
user gives the input.
Hadoop 3.4 minutes. And latest version of Hadoop has just taken 1.2 minutes.
Example.
It has taken 1.2 minutes, right?
Booking a movie ticket.
Making a online transaction.
Batch application means here user non-interactive applications. Here user is nowhere required. User non-interactive applications. Non-interactive. User non-interactive applications. Here user is nowhere required. Here user is nowhere required. User non-interactive application. Yes, user is nowhere required. Example of this batch applications, right? Example of this batch applications. Railway ticketing PNR status. Currently, your status is 200 waiting state. After 1 hour, it became 150. Tomorrow morning,
and
it
also
is
the
100.
importance
Tomorrow
of
evening,
Spark,
it got confirmed.
Apache Spark.
Means it was in the
Hadoop,
waiting state.
Hadoop speed is
Automatically, it
already
got
it is
confirmed. Your user is no way
1.2
involved.
minutes
User
as
is no way
compared with other
required here.
databases.
Is everything happening in the automated fashion?
Oracle days of
Okay.
time,
For
Teradata
example,
hours of
credit
time,
card
Hadoop has
statements for
taken minutes
millions
of
of
time. Spark
credit
speed,
card-
if we talk about the Spark,
credit card
is
statement
100 times faster. 100
for
times
millions of
faster than Hadoop. Already
for
Hadoop has
millions of
got a great
customers.
speed, but Spark is 100 times faster
Credit
than
card
Hadoop.
statement for
But in the
millions of
current industry,
customers.
both Hadoop and Spark both commonly used. There are some Hadoop components used and Spark both commonly used, right, for
Statement
storing and processing
generation.
data. So
Credit
what
card
are the
statement
components?
generation for millions of customers. For
Hadoop
millions
components
of
mostly
customers.
used in the market that I'll
Similarly,
be discussing, right?
phone bill
Along
statement
with the
generations for
PySpark.
millions of customers.
What is the
for millions
Spark,
of
right? Yesterday I
customers.
was
Right?
briefing you about this very high speed processing technology, right? The open source distributed cluster
So
computing,
batch
right?
applications were
For
involved
big
huge
data analysis, big
millions
data
and billions
processing,
of records.
and computation.
For a single transaction,
So
for a
PySpark is a
single online
Python API to
transaction,
use
Hadoop is
Spark.
not required.
It's a lightning
For millions
fast
and trillions
technology
of
that is
records,
designed for fast computation.
we go for Hadoop.
So one of the demanding tool among the data engineers to work with bigger data sets. It is used for running distributed SQL, for creating data pipelines.
Now check this.
For ingesting data into databases, for running
Drawbacks
ML
with the current
algorithms,
databases.
working with the graphs or
with the
data
current
streams.
databases.
All right.
Limited
Need for
storage.
PySpark. Drawbacks with the current
So
database
need for PySpark means you see
and
like huge
limited
data is
storage,
getting generated everywhere.
no
From that
parallel
huge data or from
processing,
the raw data, we need to
no
extract
parallel
the
processing.
necessary useful information from that raw data. They require
As
some
volume
efficient
increasing,
tool
speed decreases.
to perform different types
see
of
these queries, right?
operations. We require some
First
efficient
query,
to
second
perform
and
different
third.
types
First
of
query
operations on
execute
the
faster as
big
compared
data,
with
right?
the remaining queries, right? Query to query as volume increasing,
Perform multiple
speed
tasks on this huge
decreasing, right?
data set.
The
But
first
these
query
tools
executes
are not
faster
that much
because
of
of 10
appealing, right?
records,
So we
total
need to
amount
have
of 10
some
records as
flexible
compared with
tools to crack this big
total
data and
amount
gain
of 10
benefit
lakh
from it.
records, total
So big
amount
data
of
is such a kind,
10
right?
crore records.
So combining the Spark and Python and Spark, right, would be the very efficient way for the world of big data. So Apache Spark community came up with a tool called PySpark, that is Python API for using Spark. So I said
Complexity
some of that
increases.
real life use cases used in the commercial sector. So real life usage of
If
PySpark
complexity
used in the
increases,
commercial
speed
sector.
decreases, right?
So for
If
real-time
complexity
processing,
increases,
banks and other financial
speed
fields using
decreases.
Spark to
Total amount from
retrieve the
sales one
customer social media
of 10 lakh
profile and
records.
for credit risk assessments, for fraud detections, for healthcare, right? For analyzing which patient is going to face the
Total
issue,
amount from sales
predicting
one
it,
of 10 lakh records.
right?
If you observe here,
Entertainment industry
total
like
amount,
Netflix
average
using
amount,
Apache
standard
Spark
deviation of amount.
for real-time
Here,
processing.
this first query
This
executes faster
personalized
because
online movies
average
or web
amount is a
series,
two-step process.
processing nearly 450 billion events per day.
Next, standard deviation
And
takes a
also
lot
like
of
for trade
internal
and
processing.
e-commerce,
And major drawback
like
with the database
Flipkart,
it can
Amazon, all
handle
these they are
only
using
structured data.
Apache
It
Spark for
cannot handle
advertising,
unstructured or
and
semi-structured
even like
data.
tourism industry, providing advice to millions of customers.
Before I go with advantages of Hadoop, you need to know something
comparing
about the
hundreds
Hadoop
of
architecture.
tourism websites. This way, many other use cases, right? And this is a job market of
Hadoop
PySpark.
architecture.
Especially, I'm talking of in our course also like 60 to 65%.
As
The
of
time
now,
we'll
I'll
be
just
spending
take
for
you overview
PySpark,
about it, but
remaining
later
time
we
for this
discuss in
Hadoop,
brief
right?
about the
So
storage architecture and processing architecture separately.
nearly 60 to
Hadoop doesn't
70%
follow.
discussion will be on PySpark,
Hadoop
which has
doesn't
got
follow
great domain.
client
It is
server
hot cake in
architecture.
the market today,
It
especially
doesn't
this
follow.
PySpark. If you see the job also, right, you can just Google and check a lot of PySpark jobs.
It doesn't
Right.
follow client server
If you see the
architecture.
salary package also 1.5 times more than the other technologies, right? The same way they'll be expecting the
Hadoop doesn't
skills
follow
from
client
your
server
side, right?
architecture.
They'll be
Hadoop
expecting the
follows.
skills from your side, right? So yeah.
Hadoop follows master slave architecture. Hadoop follows master slave. Hadoop doesn't follow client server architecture. Hadoop does follows master slave architecture. It follows master slave architecture. Single, okay.
So if we see
Single
in
master
brief,
and
in depth
multiple
of this
slaves.
PySpark will be discussed,
Observe
right?
in
If
this
you see
manner.
the course content of this, right, you can understand how deep we go into this PySpark, right? Yes. So in the
Hadoop
Hadoop
cluster
also,
visit.
the components which are mostly used, as I was showing you, right?
Hadoop
If you know at
cluster.
least one Hive component, right? Lot
Group
of
of
jobs on
nodes.
Hive, I was showing you
Group
thousands of
nodes.
jobs in the Hive. And what is big data and the sources, comparison, challenges,
Group of nodes
HDFS,
means
Hadoop
systems.
distributed file systems, name node, data node, HDFS
Anchored in a
architecture,
network.
name node, data node, secondary name node, metadata management, map reduce, how
Connected
this
in
parallel
a
execution model,
network.
scoop for importing and exporting
Group of
operations
nodes
from
systems connected
databases
in
to
a
Hadoop,
network.
Hadoop to databases. And during this importing operations,
There
we
are two
perform
types
many
of
other
nodes.
operations, right? Yet another resource negotiator, how the processing is happening, yarn architecture, yarn components,
There are two types
NoSQL
of nodes.
databases, types of NoSQL databases,
Master node
and the types of
slave
NoSQL
node. Master
databases,
node and
advantages
slave
of those,
node.
and the NoSQL database that I'll be
There are
discussing
two
is
types of
HBase,
nodes.
Hadoop's database,
Master node, slave
its
node.
architecture,
Master nodes within this
CUDA operations,
in
how to
Hadoop terminology
perform
we say it as
creating
name node. tables, how to insert.
Slave node we call it as data node.
Observe, single master and multiple slaves. It follows the master slave architecture, right? Yes. Single master, multiple slaves. So if you see Hive, as I was showing you, right, you can just you got just as a Hive developer,
This
Hadoop
master,
developer, right?
this is slave.
S1, S2, and S3.
Observe this
Hive
S1,
jobs you
S2,
say
and
only on the
S3.
Hive lot of thousands of jobs. You got knowledge on Hive, right?
Slave nodes.
See, we call it as data nodes. Data nodes. So in this way, multiple nodes, multiple slave nodes up to n number of slaves. So if you got a file f1.txt, the file size is 2 TB. The file
So
size
data
is 2
analyst
TB.
by using SQL
Here
and
each
Hive,
system
big
capacity
data
1
Hadoop,
TB,
Hive,
1 TB,
big
1
data
TB.
Hive.
Each system capacity 1 TB, 1 TB, right?
So you can see
This
like
2 TB file cannot fit into any of these slave, right?
13,537 Hive job vacancies in February
It has to be splitted into smaller
2025.
parts. It
Only
has
on
to
Hive
split into
component I was
smaller
talking,
parts.
right? Apart from this Hive, on the Hadoop,
Each one has to be
we
stored
will be
across
discussing
multiple
in brief about
systems.
this Hive, right? Because of lot of job opportunities in the Hive, differences between HQ. We will use a language called HQL here, similar to SQL. 95% both are same.
Each one has to be stored
HQL
across
similar to
multiple
SQL.
systems.
Hive built-in functions, loading data from the loading files into these Hive tables. Loading these files, but we load normal files, the semi-structured files like XML data. See, difference between SQL is and Hive. In SQL, we cannot process XML data, JSON data, this data, URL, weblog data, you cannot process, but using HQL, we can process
Single
all
master and
loading data
multiple
from different
slaves.
locals and HDFS,
TBs,
working with unstructured,
So the
working
data
with
is split
XML,
into smaller
JSON,
parts.
URL,
Each one
weblog,
is distributed across
merging
multiple
file
systems. Here
inserts,
two advantages we
and
see:
UDF,
distributed storage
user-defined
and
functions,
parallel processing.
user-defined aggregate
Distributed
functions,
storage
user-defined
and
tabular
parallel
functions,
processing.
partitioned tables, non-partition, dynamic partition. So single column partitioning, multi-column partitioning, dynamic partitioning, performance tuning mechanisms, improving the query performance using bucketing, indexing, right? And many working examples. And also
Distributed
one
storage
streaming
and
data and
parallel
technology like
processing.
Kafka I'll be
So here,
discussing. This
you
is
see
the
how
master
brief
node. I will be
master node,
discussing
right?
about PySpark. Assigns a T1 task to S1, slave 1, T2 task to S2, T3 task to S3. 3 tasks assigned to the 3 systems. Means the 3 tasks are executed parallelly by 3 systems. S1, S2. So it will be very
S3.
simple to learn. We have got
Master
many
node
inbuilt functions available
responsibilities.
for performing the task. What is PySpark, need for PySpark, PySpark session, PySpark context, parallelizing, broadcast variables,
Master node
accumulators, PySpark
responsibilities.
RTD computations, persistence options, memory only,
Master
disk
node
only,
responsibilities.
memory and disk only,
First
PySpark
one,
core computing,
task
fault
assignment,
tolerance model, different ways
assigning
of
tasks
creating
to the
RTD,
slaves,
creating Spark objects, groupings and
load
aggregations,
balancing.
single grouping, multi-grouping,
Means
multiple
the task
aggregations,
should be equally
various
assigned to the
inbuilt
slaves.
transformations and
The load
actions.
has to be
We have got
balanced.
many
Load
inbuilt actions
balancing.
and transformations. No need to write
Task
huge coding here.
assignment,
Like count by
load
key, count by
balancing.
value, sort by key, zip union, distinct, inner join, Cartesian, co-group, and PySpark SQL data frames, which are mostly used today. Creating a data frame from an RTD,
Task assignment,
row class, column class, select
load
collect with
balancing.
column, where
Fault
filter, drop
tolerance.
order by group by,
Fault
join
tolerance means
union by UDF map, flat map for each
multiple
sample, rest
observe here,
pivot,
if multiple
partition by array column.
tasks are
PySpark
assigned to
SQL type
multiple
functions,
slaves,
right?
and
Aggregate
these
functions,
multiple
window
tasks are
functions, data and
executed parallelly
timestamp
by
functions.
multiple
So
slave
by using these
systems.
various built-in
Suddenly, if any
functions
system
of
goes down,
PySpark
then the
that
task
are
topic
begun
will
because
be
of this
assigned
in-memory
to the other
computation, it has
slaves.
got a very
This
high
process
speed
is called as
with
fault
huge data
tolerance
in peak
mechanism.
time, 100 times
And
faster than
also the
normal
health
disk
monitoring
processing.
of each and every
Built-in functions
slave
like
node.
lit, split, concat, translate, overlay,
to date related functionalities,
Health monitoring,
explore,
right?
create map sets, all this,
Master
all
node
this.
responsibilities,
We'll be
task
discussing with many
assignment,
working example,
load
external
balancing,
sources,
fault
source and
tolerance,
Hive
and health
Spark and
monitoring.
Hive integration,
Slave node
MySQL integration, working with
responsibilities,
CSV, JSON, narrow and wide transformations, adding of new rows, dropping of rows,
slave
handling
node
nulls, joins,
responsibilities,
Windows function, deployment modes, local mode, cluster mode, PySpark applications, stages and tasks, drivers and executor,
slave node
building Spark
responsibilities,
applications, deploying Spark applications to cluster and tuning, PySpark streaming concepts, integration with Kafka, and PySpark MLlib, right? This is in brief. Apart from this, it also includes
storing
Python,
data and processing
Python,
data. First one is
both core and
storing the
advanced,
data,
both will be
second is
discussed
like
because the total
processing the
coding goes
data.
in Python, right? Python basics, Python operations,
Yes.
operators, IDs,
So
control
this is how to
statements,
follow the master
strings,
and slave
collections,
architecture.
lists,
The
tuples,
storage of
sets,
data,
dictionaries,
nothing, we are not going to do
functions,
anything, right?
modules, packages, error
Automatically,
handling,
okay,
file handling, object-oriented programming in
the
brief,
file
regular
gets loaded
expressions,
across
database
multiple
connectivity,
systems,
date
stores
time,
across
OS
multiple
related,
systems and
and
processed by
this
multiple
Excel
systems
workbooks, data
parallel.
analytics,
So we need
introduction
to
to
give
data
some
science,
logic,
pandas
business
model in
logic,
brief,
that will
numpy
logic will
model
be
in brief,
applied
and
on
matplotlib.
each and
These 30
every
topics, nearly 50
partition
sessions will
data.
be taking on this Python. For Python, you will be attending regular
Okay,
sessions
later I
from
discuss
Monday
in
to
brief
Friday.
about this architectural
Either
part.
9
Storage
p.m.
and
is there
processing architecture
available,
or morning
advanced of Hadoop. 8 a.m. is
unlimited
available.
data
Right?
storage. Unlimited
9
data
p.m. means it
storage,
will
right?
be at 8 p.m. after 1 week. 8 a.m. is there. It will be at 7
Observe,
a.m. after 1
unlimited
week.
data
Right?
storage because
Currently, you
of
can check with this online team.
horizontally
Right.
unlimited scalability.
So I was just briefing
Because
you,
of
right?
horizontally unlimited scalability.
Click there.
Unlimited scalability, right? Yes. Horizontal unlimited scalability. Horizontally unlimited number of slaves
PySpark,
can be
Linux, and Python.
added.
These three will be
Means just check
discussed in the
this.
weekends.
What do you mean by
Yeah, 2 hours on
horizontally
Saturday,
unlimited
2 hours on
scalability?
Sunday, 5
If you
p.m.
are
to
running a
7 p.m. up
business
to
with
12
very less
weekends,
number
nearly
of
like the
systems,
3,
now you have got
12
only
to 14
10
weekends it
systems.
goes, right?
Assume you have got 10 systems.
15,000 is the course fee. And the
Your business
Python
has
50
increased,
sessions, right? You can see
your
this timings
customers
of
are
this.
increased, your
You'll be
branches
getting
have
the videos
increased.
of each and every session
Means
for all this Hadoop,
customers
PySpark,
increased
Linux,
by
and
100
Python,
times, data
and
increased by 1,000
clear
times.
soft copy
You
of
cannot
these
go with the
notes
same number
for
of
all
systems.
this. A
Horizontally,
WhatsApp group
you
nearly
keep
like
on increasing.
one WhatsApp group,
Horizontally,
2,
unlimited
3 WhatsApp
number of
groups will be there
slaves
for this.
can be added,
And
right? Yes. That is what horizontally
assignments and tasks to work
unlimited
with.
scalability. You can keep on
Interview
adding the
questions,
slave
right?
systems.
Right.
We say it as commissioning.
So from next Saturday
Commissioning and
onwards, we'll be starting
decommissioning,
with the
adding
actual.
and removing.
I'll be
stuff.
demonstrating about the software the next week.
Very high
So next
speed
week onwards, we'll
processing
be starting
because
with
of
the actual
parallel
code.
processing.
So just to get enrolled for
Very high
getting the
speed
link to
processing
your
because
mail.
of parallel
You
processing.
can see in the chart
I'll give a labor example, right? For very high speed because of this parallel processing, right? Yes.
this demo video, can you see in the Zoom chart? It is provided. Demo video, right? Yesterday's demo video link is given there. You can click it. Yesterday's and today's video link. The link for the it will be kept in the YouTube.
Very high speed
That
processing
link
because
will be
of
provided
parallel
to you. But
processing.
from next
See,
week
if I talk
onwards,
about
every
non-parallel
day
and
video
parallel,
will be added to your Google Drive.
non-parallel
Daily one
and
video will be
parallel,
added
right?
to your
Yes.
Google Drive. Notes you will be getting. WhatsApp group, right? And also yesterday's and today's video, you will get a mail.
Preparing one
In
item.
that mail, you will get the link
One
for it.
person preparing one item
Yes.
taking 1 minute.
And once you get
The
enrolled, you
same
will
one
get all
person
that
preparing
videos, right?
10 items.
Means yesterday's and today's, and every week the videos
How
will be
many
added to that,
minutes?
right? And the
10
payment
minutes.
details is posted in the
The
Zoom
same
chat.
one person
The
preparing
contact details
100
are given.
items.
Don't forget to share the
Taking
screenshot of your
100
payment
minutes.
to that mail ID that is
The
provided.
same thing if you
Then
apply
only
with the
they'll forward
parallel,
you
right?
the screenshot of it.
The same
They'll forward
one
the mail
item 1 minute
link to
only.
you.
10
Right.
items 1 minute
Any
only.
other queries, right? Yes.
100 items 1 minute only.
Next
So
week we'll be starting
anything
with the
1 minute
actual
only
things,
because there are
The
10
discussion.
persons preparing 10 items
Okay.
taking 1 minute, 100 persons
So
preparing
if
100
there are no
items
other
taking
queries,
1 minute. That is what
I'll
parallel
sign off for
processing.
now. Meet
There
you
we
next
say
Saturday,
persons, in our
right?
case
More
we say it as
discussion on this,
system
right?
slaves, right?
The link will be
That is
changed
because
so
of this
get enrolled
parallel
for getting
processing,
the
very
link,
high
right?
speed you are going to find.
Vijay,
Sir,
just
next
very
Saturday, 5 o'clock or 4:30?
4:30 it will be next Saturday.
Can handle
Next
all
Saturday at
varieties
4:30
of
it will be,
data,
but
structured,
Once the fractured end,
later it will be starting get
unstructured
can handle all varieties of
next
data.
order at 4:30
Structured,
only.
semi-structured, and
it will be at
unstructured.
4:30. Later it will be at 5. Starts at 5. Open source. No licensing required. Commodity hardware, right? Can run on any hardware configuration. Doesn't mean that you need to have highly configured systems. And here I got a query. Why databases like Oracle cannot support unlimited storage? A question, right? Why databases? Question is,
Hi Vijay, so this Pradeep, so just a small doubt.
why
So for the
databases like
Python,
Oracle
parallelly we
cannot
can
support
attend the course, right? In the
unlimited
morning or evening
storage?
session. Is that fine?
Yes, morning,
We talk
tomorrow
in real
morning
time.
there is a demo at 8 a.m. I can attend it.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Even databases like Oracle
9 p.m. on this
can go
Thursday,
with
we have got a
multiple
demo on
slaves.
this 9 at 9 p.m. coming
Can
Thursday
go with
means,
multiple slaves. Means
there is a demo. If
there
you
is
want
a
to
limit
choose
on
evening.
the
Morning
limit
means
applied
tomorrow
there.
itself you can attend.
For
For
example,
the first 1 week it will be at
databases,
8 a.m. Later it will be at 7 a.m.
databases, and
We can
max
attend it.
limit.
Means daily it will be from Monday to Friday. This one Python sessions will be, but this will be only on Saturdays and Sundays.
Number of slaves.
Yeah, sure.
And the videos
Okay.
will be available. If you miss any session, also videos will be. You'll be getting the videos daily.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Fine. So meet you next. Okay. So if you go come, you can attend a demo for Python tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Okay, fine. So I'm stopping.
Can I have the link, anything, that one, Python related?
Oracle
Python link you want.
max limit
One
on the
second.
number of slaves.
Yeah, Thursday one.
Systems notes.
Can you please ping me both?
Maximum it can
So
go with 256.
I will
Once
verify
it's
and that one.
256
Notes.
Okay, just one
systems of
second.
CPUs. Once the data
You will be
is
getting
filled, it
mails to
cannot
that.
support.
You will be
data
getting
further.
mails.
I'll ask that online team to forward you that
MySQL
mails, right?
maximum with
For
54
both the
only.
links, Python links, right?
54
You'll be getting
nodes.
the mails to you. Otherwise, you can also
MySQL
call on these
Express.
numbers, right? For this links for this Python.
Okay.
It can go
The
with
first number is there, right?
256.
You can see
Yeah.
numbers are given. The first number you can check. If they are not respected, the other numbers.
SQL server.
Okay.
They will forward you today by evening. They will forward you the links for
SQL
Python
server.
and this. Right?
SQL server, it's going with maximum
Okay,
256 nodes.
Python link
Thanks.
you will be getting for tomorrow's. You will be getting immediately. But for Thursday morning you will be
DB2.
getting 9 p.m.
It goes with maximum 256 nodes.
Oracle with 256, MySQL, MySQL Express, SQL Server, DB2.
Sure.
Oracle with 256 nodes, MySQL Express, SQL Server, DB2. But if I go with none of these databases supporting unlimited data storage, right? Once the nodes gets filled, they cannot support data further. Once these 256 nodes gets filled, the system performance will be degraded. Just like your mobile phone. For example, in your mobile phone, 128 GB internal storage is given. If all that 128 GB is filled, your phone even sometimes your phone you won't even start. In the same way, performance degrades, right? In the same way here also, if all the 256 nodes gets filled, the performance of the system degrades. Even we have got some specialized databases like Teradata. It's going with the maximum 512 nodes. Even Netija is going with 512 nodes. Vertica going with 512 nodes. But currently, Teradata It's going with 1024 nodes CPUs for storing its data. Even Netija also going with 1024 nodes for saving its data. But none of these systems, right? They're supporting unlimited data storage. They're not supporting unlimited data storage. But there is no limit. There is no limit on the number of slaves. On the number of slaves. But there is no limit on the number of slaves that Hadoop can have. But there is no limit on the number of slaves that Hadoop can have. Unlimited number of slaves, right? Horizontally unlimited scalability, right? Yes. But there is no limit on the number of slaves. Unlimited number of slaves, right? Yes. Yahoo, when first time implemented Hadoop. When Yahoo, when first time implemented Hadoop, went with 4,000 nodes. 4,000 nodes for storing its data. Yahoo, when first time implemented Hadoop, went with 4,000 nodes for storing its data. Currently, Yahoo going with Yahoo going with 12,000 nodes for storing its data. Facebook, when first time implemented Hadoop, went with 8,000 nodes. 8,000 nodes for storing its data. Currently, Facebook going with 52,000 slaves on nodes for storing its data. Yes, Facebook when first time implemented went with 4,000, 8,000 nodes for storing data. Currently, Facebook going with 52,000 nodes for storing its data. Right. So this is what Hadoop is proven in the market storage point of view and also processing point of view. Yesterday I was discussing about this processing point of view, right? Yes. Check this. This processing point of view. Yahoo conducted a test by taking a table of 100 TB consisting of 1024 columns, sorting based on 16 columns. So time taken, right? Oracle has taken nearly 3.5 days to process this. MySQL has taken 6 days. Teradata has taken 4.5 hours. Netija has taken 3 hours. Hadoop 3.4 minutes. And latest version of Hadoop has just taken 1.2 minutes. It has taken 1.2 minutes, right? Okay, and also the importance of Spark, right? Apache Spark. Hadoop speed is already it is 1.2 minutes as compared with other databases like Oracle days of time, Teradata hours of time. Hadoop has taken minutes of time. Spark speed, if we talk about the Spark, is 100 times faster. 100 times faster than Hadoop. Already Hadoop has got a great speed, but Spark is 100 times faster than Hadoop. But in the current industry, both Hadoop and Spark both commonly used. There are some Hadoop components used and Spark both commonly used, right, for storing and processing data. So what are the components, Hadoop components mostly used in the market that I'll be discussing, right, along with PySpark. What is a Spark, right? Yesterday I was briefing you about this very high speed processing technology, right? The open source distributed cluster computing, right? For big data analysis, big data processing, and computation. So PySpark is a Python API to use Spark. So from next Saturday onwards, we'll be starting with the actual. I'll be demonstrating about the software the next week. So next week onwards, we'll be starting with the actual part. So just to get enrolled for getting the link to your mail. You can see in the chart so you can see, right? You'll be getting yesterday's demo video. Can you see in the Zoom chart? It is provided. Demo video, right? Yesterday's demo video link is given there. You can click it. Yesterday's and today's video link. The link for it will be kept in the YouTube. That link will be provided to you. But from next week onwards, every day video will be added to your Google Drive. Daily one video will be added to your Google Drive. Notes you will be getting. WhatsApp group, right? And also yesterday's and today's video, you will get a mail. In that mail, you will get the link for it. Yes. And once you get enrolled, you will get all that videos, right? Means yesterday's and today's, and every week the videos will be added to that, right? And the payment details is posted in the Zoom chat. The contact details are given. Don't forget to share the screenshot of your payment to that mail ID that is provided. Then only they'll forward you the screenshot of it. Yes, they'll forward the mail link to you. All right. Any other queries, right? Yes. Next week we'll be starting with the actual things, right? The discussion. Okay. So if there are no other queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you next Saturday, right? More discussion on this, right? The link will be changing. So get enrolled for getting the link, right? Fine.
Vijay,
Sir,
please
next
Pradeep.
Saturday, 5 o'clock or 4:30?
4:30 it will be next Saturday. Next Saturday at 4:30 it will be, but once the practicals later it will be starting at 5. Next Saturday at 4:30 only. First 2 weeks it will be at 4:30. Later it will be at 5. Starts at 5.
Hi Vijay, so this Pradeep, so just a small doubt.
Yes.
So for the Python, parallelly we can attend the course, right? This one in the morning or evening session. Is that fine?
Yes, morning tomorrow morning there is a demo at 8 a.m. I can attend it.
Okay.
Otherwise 9 p.m. on this Thursday we have got a demo on this 9 at 9 p.m. coming Thursday means there is a demo if you want to choose evening. Morning means tomorrow itself you can attend. For the first 1 week it will be at 8 a.m. Later it will be at 7 a.m. You can attend it. Means daily it will be from Monday to Friday this one. Python sessions will be. But this will be only on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And the videos
Okay.
will be available. If you miss any session also, videos you'll be getting the videos daily.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Fine. So meet you next. Okay. So if you go come, you can attend a demo for Python tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Okay, fine. So I'm stopping.
Yeah, can I have the link? Anything that one Python related?
Python link you want? 1 second.
Yeah, Thursday one, or can you please ping me both? So I will verify that one.
Okay, just 1 second. You will be getting mails to that. You will be getting mails. I'll ask that online team to forward you that mails, right? For both the links,
Okay.
Python links, right? You'll be getting
Okay.
the mails to you. Otherwise, you can also call on these numbers, right? For this links for this Python.
Okay.
The first number is there, right? You can see
Yeah.
numbers are given. The first number you can check. If they are not respected, the other numbers you can check. Okay.
Okay.
They'll forward you today by evening. They'll forward you the links for Python and this, right?
Okay. Sure.
Python link you
Thanks.
will be getting for tomorrow's, you will be getting immediately. But for Thursday morning, you will be getting 9 p.m. Okay, fine.
Okay. Sure.